Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joined with other host,
Karen.
And if you're watching this, you'll see that we're both wearing Incarceration shirts. And that's because we're going to be talking about the camping experience at Incarceration.
Yes.
Our first time camping at a festival.
Yes.
We've been to one other one in the past, Upheaval.
No, Rockfest.
Rockfest, right.
2023.
Yeah, and there was a campsite like right next to the festival, and that was our first time sort of. We knew that people do campsites at camping festivals and whatnot, but this is our first time sort of seeing one. It looked kind of fun. I think they had music and shit going on at night as well. So we're like, fuck it, we should try to do this someday for the experience alone. We might not enjoy the camping aspect of things, but let's just try it. And so this was the one we picked to try it with, was Incarceration 2025.
Yep.
Getting into the pricing real quick before diving into too much detail, we bought the two-person campsite, tent camping, and that was $349 with $44.56 in fees. So about $400.
Yeah.
Which, not all that bad when you consider like hotel rooms and shit, right?
Yeah. And we talked to our neighbor who did hotel the year before, and they paid like $1,400 for like a Motel 6.
I know when festivals get announced, we used to do this with open air. Like as soon as it was announced, we would block off like every weekend for the month of like July, for instance.
Yeah.
Where you get like where you get the refundable sort of stays and whatnot. And then once it was finally announced, let go of the other rooms. That way we could get hopefully a cheaper rate before things like jump the
hike,
fuck up.
Yeah.
We also bought the early entry into the campgrounds, which was $50 for that, and then $9.70 for fees there. Not included in these costs, though, are the actual costs for the camping shit we bought.
Yeah, and that can vary depending on what you buy and
how much you buy, and all
and
of
like
that.
what brands and blah blah. All
Exactly.
That stuff, so.
We did do a vlog. It's not quite done yet.
It'll be a couple vlogs from now.
It's almost done. I have it almost all the way done. So.
For the one in Iowa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you meant the Incarceration vlog.
No, not that one.
It's gonna be a little bit.
We did a vlog for like camping prep. So we go through everything we bought for this festival. We went to Iowa to test camping out to see how things worked, which good thing we did. We found out our
air mattress
required a power cord, which we're not going to have at Incarceration. So we're like, fuck it, we need to get one of the actual air pump ones.
Yep.
So that will be up at some point. I think we've spent roughly $900 to $1,000.
Did we really?
Camping shit.
Oh,
right.
wow. See, I didn't think it was that much, but when you're buying everything like one-offs, it doesn't seem like that much.
And we bought everything new too.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have anything except for like the camping chairs, which I brought my old one. We did buy two new ones. I brought my old one and it broke while we were there on the last day. So
yeah.
Anywho, but that price could vary based, as you said, what you buy, how much you buy, and what brands you buy. We also had to buy a cooler, so that's not super expensive. But
no, we didn't get an expensive one by any means, but they're not cheap anymore, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
The tent that we bought was pricier. I don't want to say it was really expensive because there's
like $200, $250, something like that.
I think it was $170.
Oh, was it? Okay.
$179. But just so it did rain while we were there, and our stuff was dry. Where other people who had so we have a complete rain fly that goes over ours, and other people who had just like the standard tent that you can get at Walmart would have water or had water in their tent. So
yeah, I'm
glad we spent the extra little bit, and now we'll have that for future as well. So
right, and it's a pretty good solid tent too. I like how it worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just one sort of caveat to the pricing here is not only do you have to pay for your campsite, you have to pay for what you're going to sleep in and whatnot.
But like, since we were able to keep all ours, we met some people who were traveling who weren't able to keep everything, but we were able to keep everything. So we, like, basically what I'm trying to say is like, we're going to use that again.
Yeah,
so it's like, it's an upfront cost, but then if you use it again and again, then it's like that cost over time thing. It goes down. So.
And some people might actually go camping for fun as well. Like,
we might.
I mean, I did enjoy the trip in Iowa. Yeah. I did enjoy camping here as well. I was really concerned about camping at the festival.
Yeah.
Especially going to the festival all day and then sleeping on the ground, albeit on an air mattress, but still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was concerned about that. As we'll talk about, I really didn't get that too affected by that by the end.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about that right now if you want to.
Let's dive into that.
So I too was, so the things that kind of worried me about going into it was Showering or washing off. That was one thing. Bathrooms was one thing. And like you said, like sleeping sort of thing. When we went to Iowa for the weekend, the first night, since we didn't have the air mattress, really sucked because we literally slept on the ground.
It was also freezing as fuck that night.
So cold. So we didn't sleep very much. And then we went for a small hike the next day. And then we bought an air mattress. And then we slept on the air mattress. But that Sunday when we were coming home, I was so sore. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this for 4 days. Like, this was 2 days. And, like, we're going to do 4 days plus standing all day at the festival, blah, blah, all that stuff. So I was kind of the same thing about sleeping. And then bathrooms, like, I was like, oh, my gosh, we're going to have to use porta potties all weekend. This was at fairgrounds, so there was real bathrooms,
they did
real
have
showers.
real bathrooms, built out into buildings and whatnot.
Yeah, so a little bit better there so that we're not, like, just using... I mean, they did have porta potties for people to use, but I prefer a real bathroom.
Showering was a bit of a pain in the ass.
It was, yeah.
The lines would be super fucking long. You only had, like, the building I went to, I think there were, like, 3 showers in it. The shower at the far end, I finally used it the last day. I took a shower whenever that was, and the faucet had fallen off.
Oh,
so it was just like a little...
Just dribble of water?
Yeah, you just turn it on and it'd be like a solid stream of water that pulled out, and it's like, well, fuck it, whatever. I just need to...
Yeah, clean up.
I just need a quick rinse off.
Yeah.
But yeah, the shower situation was a bit painful in the terms of, like, you would stand there and wait a long ass time, like an hour to take a shower.
Yeah.
There were a couple times where I basically walked up and there was nobody in line, so I just got right in. So you can time it just right, but when you're standing there, just whatever. It is what it is. You're going to have to fucking stand and wait in line. Whatever. Yeah. I prefer the shower, so I just stood in line and like, whatever. I wanted to shower.
I'm going to be honest. I showered once the whole time. We had a bucket of water that I wiped off with, and then I had, like, body wipes that I used in, like, when I would change and stuff like that. So I think it's the line for the shower, but women probably take a little bit longer to shower than men do. So it's like,
I don't know.
I was pretty quick with mine just because I knew people were waiting, but
I think it's a personal thing because there were some guys who took a long time to shower, and I was rather quick as well. Yeah. And there were some guys who were also just as quick as I was getting in and out because it's not going to be like the cleanliest shower at all. There's like grime and muck on the ground as you're showering. So, you know, we wear your sandals or whatnot that you brought. And it's like, again, I need to get the layer of grime off me.
That's stickiness.
A little bit of soap.
Yeah.
And then I'll just go sleep in the tent. And when I get home, the first thing I'm doing is showering. And that's exactly what I did.
We did. Like, as soon as we got home, like, we stopped at, like, a gas station, basically, is the only place we stopped. And then we, like, just showered as soon as we got home. But anyways, we kind of went off on the amenities. That was my fault. Maybe we should go back and talk about the early entry that we bought.
Yeah, so we spent like $60 with fees and whatnot to get in early. And I think you could start getting in the day before the festival. So the festival was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you can get in Thursday if you bought the early entry from like 9 a.m. to like noon or 1 p.m. I can't remember exactly what the time window was. And then general people got in after that.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the Thursday entry is still general as well, but we got in before. I think it was before 1 p.m.
Yeah, I think it was like 11:30 or 12, somewhere in there.
That we got in. Yeah, I'm saying like with the early entry, I think it was before 1 p.m.
I think it was, but I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
In any case, when we got there was like very little line to get in.
Nobody. So basically what you do is you go through the gate because it's a single gate to get in. They check to make sure you have early entry because I think it's by the color of your sticker. They have different stickers, different shapes of stickers, all that stuff.
And they told you like what kind of campsite you got, I think.
Yeah, the early entry is actually on my phone.
Yeah,
so they just asked at the first gate, like, do you have it? And we said yes. I mean, I don't know what they would do if you said no, but so we went in, and there was, I don't know, I can't remember how many lines, but
like 4 or 5 lines.
Yeah,
one for the trailers, the RVs for sure. Maybe 1 or 2 for the RVs.
I think there's RVs. 2. The 2 next to us, kind of.
And then like 2 to 3 for like the tent camping.
Yeah. So you basically pull up. A dog walks around your car to make sure that we're guessing for explosives. I don't know if it was necessarily drugs, but more explosives.
Yeah, I don't know about drugs. I think explosives and firearms, because you also had to ask, a cop also asked you, like, do you have any of these items on you?
One was like a hand grenade.
Yeah.
No, I do not have a hand grenade with me.
But then after that, then you go forward a little bit more, and staff actually go through your car.
Yeah,
You have to get out of your car.
Yeah. Open up all your doors.
Yep, and then they go through all your luggage, all your shit.
Yep.
Some might be a little more thorough than thorough.
Some may look at your stuff more
Thoroughly.
thoroughly.
I think I said that right.
than other people. They did go through our suitcases, all our bins.
They like the stickers on our.
They liked our stickers on our cooler.
Oh, that's one thing we didn't talk about. Real quick, the cooler. We stayed the night before at a hotel because we met up with some friends and went to the hotel and blah blah blah. The next morning before leaving to go to the camping festival, we took our cooler in with us and filled it up with ice from the ice machine at the hotel. And I'm glad we did that because they did sell ice on site.
Yeah.
But it was $15 a bag.
Yeah. Did we buy 2 bags?
We bought 2 bags.
Yeah.
So 3 things of ice. The one we came with completely full. 1 bag like the next day or the day after, and then 1 bag like a couple.
We did need a bag the second day because the hotel ice was pretty. It melted pretty quickly. Where the bagged ice lasted a little bit longer. So
right, and also we had thrown our hot drinks in that first day as well. I don't know if that changes things.
I don't know either. Yeah, but and it sat in the car for a little bit while we undid the tent and blah 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 all that stuff. So, yeah, that's. Definitely get ice before you get there because I saw people carrying like 3-4 bags back and I'm like, holy shit, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. And I was really concerned going through security checkpoint going in because we had brought metal stakes with us.
Yeah.
And in the do not bring list or not allowed list, metal stakes were one of them that weren't allowed. And I was talking to a friend of mine who goes to Bonnaroo every year. And I was asking him like, hey, how's the camping experience and all this kind of stuff. And I told him that. He's like, that's fucking dumb. Like, you need metal stakes. Like, what if it's really windy and shit? Like, no, you take metal stakes. The worst thing they're going to do is they'll throw them away or take them from you. So we brought metal and plastic stakes just in case.
The plastic were on top.
Yes. But they didn't have any problems with that. And
But she really didn't dig through that bin.
She didn't, no.
She just like opened it and then like looked in and was like, okay, and shut it.
A lot of people, almost every campsite I saw had metal stakes.
Yeah, and mallets.
And that's another thing. We didn't bring our mallet, but you're not allowed to bring mallets, and other people brought their mallet. So
next time we might
toss-up.
Yeah, next time we might try the mallet.
Yeah.
So
I think the main thing is they don't want you to bring glass in.
Yeah. So I was gonna say that glass bottles aren't supposed to be in, and then charcoal grills. I saw a lot of those sitting near the entrance.
They got
confiscated. Lots of metal, or not metal, glass beer bottles were sitting there as well. Now with the grills and stuff, I don't know if you get those back, like at the end, like if they keep them, and say like, hey, you can pick them up here on the last day, or if it's like
they're gone.
Yeah, like we're gonna take these home and use them.
Yeah, I don't know.
But people were using like gas propane.
Yeah, you could bring those.
So we might talk about getting one of those for the next one, just because food was so expensive.
Yes.
At the actual festival, we only ate at the. Sorry, we didn't even get to the cafeteria. But anyways, at the festival, food was really expensive. So if we could have brought food and did like something before we left, and then maybe had a snack at the festival, and then made like hot dogs when we got back.
Yeah.
We could have saved a lot of money, and we might do that next time.
And we haven't said this yet either. This will come up here shortly, but this festival isn't attached to the campsite.
Yeah, yep.
You have to shuttle from the campsite to the festival. The Rockfest one, I think like Louder Than Life, for instance, the campsite and the festival are like right next to each other.
Yeah.
Which we talked about if we wanted to take a quick breather or break, go get something to eat, we could go back to our campsite.
Yeah. And they do have shuttles to take you back.
Right.
But that would be inconvenient.
And we'll talk about the shuttle experience here shortly as well.
Yeah.
And see if that would have been worth it. But if it was attached, I could have seen us going back because there's one day you fell asleep on the hill for like 10, 15 minutes or something.
At least.
And it would have been better if you could have just gone back to your campsite,
Yeah.
sat in the bed or on the bed for a little bit and then relaxed.
Yeah.
And same thing, make a quick hot dog or a quick bite to
Yeah.
eat and then head back on over to
And
the show.
Yeah, you could get beers and sodas and stuff, so you're not spending money at the festival.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are only allowed to bring 1 case of beer per person as well into this one.
Yeah, they didn't really check that too much.
No.
Though. I mean, we didn't open our cases of beer because you were like, oh, I don't want to have them.
Yeah, I
say
think
that we
that's
have too
probably
much.
best. Yeah.
We were talking about going to Costco to get beer, but then we were like, no, let's just get it at the store.
I did see people with those big ass
Yeah.
things of beer, so
Yeah,
we
me
could
too.
have done
Yeah.
that.
But the whole setup process was pretty easy. Like
Once
after
we got through security,
yeah,
which
which was really quick.
20 minutes maybe.
Yeah, like, but we have a really small car. We didn't have much stuff. Like, if you had either more cars in a row or like a camper or something, I don't know what that situation would be like.
Yeah, because as we said, or maybe we didn't say, as the day went on, that line got progressively
Yes.
longer and longer
Yes,
and longer,
yeah.
all the way up to like 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it was still dark.
And then
or
even
it was dark when people
the
were.
next day, there were still people
Yeah.
coming in. So getting the early entry for like $60 and getting there early and getting through that line much
Yeah.
quicker, I think was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it because we were able to go the night before. Now, if we couldn't have went on
Sure, yeah,
Wednesday and
yeah.
had to go Thursday, we wouldn't have been. Us personally wouldn't be able to get there before 1 o'clock.
Our neighbors are from Chicago as well.
Yeah.
They got the early entry because they were right next to us. And they left Chicago that day. I think
At
they got up at like 4 a.m., right?
Yes. Yeah.
And just drove straight through. I
I
wouldn't have done that.
I wouldn't have been able to do that.
No.
No.
But that's
Staying
just
in the
us
hotel was good for
personally.
us. Yeah.
And we got the free ice. So
Exactly. I guess at home we could have filled up our cooler with ice.
we could have potentially done that.
That
Yeah,
would take
for
like
sure.
5 days to get enough ice to do that.
But yeah, then getting through security
Yeah,
and
that was
going to the
pretty quick.
campsite.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like go down to this person in the orange shirt, they'll direct you.
Yeah.
Go down to the next person, they'll direct you. You end up working your way around the fairgrounds a little bit and basically get your spot. It's
Yeah.
like when you're parking in a like a field and there's people
Yeah.
there directing you. It's
Yeah.
the same process
Yeah.
basically.
Like we had no choice over the camping spot. It was kind of like we're the next in line, so that's where they put us. I don't know how it would be if it was, like if like the people next to us did have multiple cars.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were all able to camp together. Coming in, we did see that there was like a little grassy spot where like when cars were coming that were with groups and not the whole group had been through security or not the whole group was there, they would kind of stage them in a little area so that everybody could go together then to find their camps.
Right. Once your whole party
campsites.
was there, then you all roll in
Yeah.
together and
Yeah.
you get like a little block of your group together.
Which was kind of cool to like, I didn't see that 23 car group that we heard them say like, no, we have 23 cars that we're waiting on. Or they had 23 spots and 13 cars or something. I don't know. It was crazy. But some of the spots were really cool because they would like have big canopies or bigger tents and like they would put them across multiple spots and stuff. So
Yeah, they put like the cars on the perimeter, and then they'd have like a big middle
Yeah.
common area with
Like
like,
a
the
compound.
tents.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was kind of cool how
Yeah.
people build out their campsites.
yeah, where for us, it's like our car was in one corner, our tent and our canopy. And then we had 2 empty spots because it just how everything kind of came about.
Yeah.
So we were talking if we could move our like next year, next year. We're not going to this one next year, but next time,
Next festival we go to.
festival, putting our car sideways. But then when we were talking to the neighbors, they were like, oh, they probably won't let you because of emergencies. Like you have to be able to get out.
I think they want all the cars facing the same way because of that reason.
Yeah,
Like if we
yeah.
need people to evacuate
Yeah.
now and get in your cars,
Yeah.
boom, everybody can
Yeah.
do that, and it's a lot easier.
Because you are kind of so how this one's set up anyways was 2 campsites and you're kind of back to back, and then there would be like a road or like not a road but a path
Yep.
where a car would fit through, and then there'd be 2 more campsites and a path and
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
So
So
there's a campsite on either side of
Yeah.
you, left or right, unless you're on the edge, obviously.
Yeah.
And then a campsite behind you,
Yeah.
and then a road on either side of those
Yeah.
campsites. Yeah.
so at least that's how this one was set up. I don't know if all of the Danny Wimmer ones are. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
how they're
It probably
set up,
varies
but-
on like, and even we were on one lot for tent camping.
Yeah.
There were 2 other lots. It could have been or sort of structured a little differently at those lots. We didn't go wander over there to see
No,
for sure.
I didn't really wander through.
I assume it's the same though,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah. One other thing that I was thinking of is the first day we were kind of walking through some spots because there was nobody camping there. One of those spots did have a tent on it later. So we were like, okay, we need to stop walking through these spots. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is their spot. Like, I don't want to be like walking through. But I saw a lot of people walk through.
I walked through some. I go through like the corners and shit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like go in the middle of their campsite and whatnot, like under their canopy and all that shit. But I'd like walk beside their car and whatnot.
Well, that's because it got so muddy that there was
really
nowhere
shitty,
to walk. Yeah.
Yeah, so we talked about also the neighbors on one side from Chicago, mother and son. They were there. We hung out with them a lot, talked to them. They were super cool. And on the other side of us was this dude from, I think he said Nebraska.
He's living in Nebraska now. He's
from LA.
LA.
Yeah, okay.
Living in Nebraska. He flew in
the day before.
Hitchhiked basically to get there.
He basically he's like, I flew in last night. He had a tent and a sleeping bag, and I think that's all he had, and some change of clothes and whatnot. And he was just so fucking excited to be there at the festival. And he flew in the day before. He said he went to a bar and just started chatting with some people who were like, oh yeah, we're going. It's like, can I get a ride? And they gave him a ride in, and they were the ones next to him with their big ass tent.
Yeah.
Like, you liked their tent.
I did like their tent.
Walk straight in.
Yeah. There was, so both or not his tent, but like the two big tents on the side. I was like, I like those ones because they were taller where you could stand up. Ours, you can't stand up. You're like crawling in and stuff. So I kind of like the stand up ones. I just think it would be a little bit easier to change. Because I would carry my clothes to the bathroom and change, and then also just like getting up in the morning and stuff. Like you could actually stand up and that sort of thing. Ours is the air mattress takes up the whole thing, and then and then you even have our air mattress is really thick, so like just crawling, like you're basically crawling in. So maybe we'll think about that before the next one. Getting sleeping pads or something.
Yeah. So, change it up a little bit. Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. But setting up was easy. Everybody just kind of did their own thing, which was kind of awkward at first because we're really close to people and we didn't really talk to anybody. The one kid talked to us a little bit.
Yeah.
And then like we really didn't talk to anybody until the second day, I don't think.
No, not really. No.
Yeah.
After the setup though, it went by pretty quickly, as you said.
Yeah.
And I think going to Iowa and setting up the campsite ahead of time, that really helped as well.
We knew the process and stuff. Yeah.
So that was fun, easy to set up and whatnot. And then we had some time to kill. So we went and wandered around the fairgrounds a little bit, found where the food hut is.
Yeah, it's like a
cafeteria. That's the word
hall.
I'm looking for.
Yeah. We only ate there once, and that was that first day.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we just ate at the festival, and then we had snacks at the car. Not like we didn't cook, but we had snacks.
And you had the menu, so we'll throw that up on the screen for the people watching this on YouTube.
Because they had 2 like home cooked meals a night, and then they would have like burgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders, that sort of thing.
And we'll also throw up a picture of the campground, so hopefully that will help. Throughout this.
Yeah, to kind of understand where we were, and we were in like the Northfield, I think they called it.
Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, somewhere
field
in
lots. We were in the field lots.
Yeah, and then continuing to wander around, we found where like the food trucks were gonna be, which there were only like 2 of those. There was like a coffee truck or some shit.
Coffee truck, and then like I don't even know what they had. I never even looked, but I think it was like pulled pork and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, and they had like a little bar stand up there as well.
Oh, the bar,
a temporary bar type thing, which was right outside of the music stage that they were building. So you got to see them put that together. That was kind of fun. Found the general store where they basically have everything you need, including tents, sleeping bags, the ice, which we talked about, $15 a bag for that.
Clothes and lots of dead stuff, which was so crazy.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I did not expect that.
Yeah, that was kind of weird because I was like,
a lot of tie-dye and Grateful Dead,
metal festival than Grateful Dead festival, but okay.
I was not expecting that either. That was interesting for sure. And then, just all the restrooms and shit. The merch stand, they had a merch stand for festival merch. And headliner merch as well.
Yes, but not like the other bands. Yeah, just the headliners.
So we were able to pick that up. They also had the previous year's merch as well.
And everything was super cheap.
Super fucking cheap.
$10, $20. I think the most was like the sweaters that were like $25.
$25 for a sweater. And like the posters were probably like $20 or $15 and $20 for the foil one or some shit. Yeah. And they had stacks and stacks of the posters. Yeah. So much of the clothes as well, the shirts. So
so if we were going next year, we could have just bought all our merch next year, but
it's not guaranteed you're going to have the size you want and all that.
Yeah.
And probably what doesn't sell this year there is probably going in the mystery box
Probably. Yes.
this year's mystery box.
Exactly.
And there were a lot of the other areas as well that we didn't really explore that much, as we said, like the other campgrounds and whatnot.
Yeah.
There were a fuck ton of buses lined up waiting for us to shuttle the next day.
Yep.
But before we got there, we did the evening's entertainment, which was music. I can't remember the band that played that first night. It was a bit delayed. They did make a joke. I don't know if it was serious or not, that some of the members of the band were still in line trying to get through security into the campsite.
Yeah, I don't know if that was really the issue or it could have been because they mentioned it multiple times. So it could have been what happened. Or if they were just stuck behind all the traffic trying to get, because I'm sure even like those little the roads to the fairgrounds are just 2-lane roads.
Yeah.
So they could have just literally been trying to get off the interstate and in that traffic, not necessarily like through security, but just sitting in that traffic.
So that first night that was delayed a little bit, but whatever. After that band played, they had live karaoke.
Yes.
So I'm a huge fan of piano bars. It's like my kryptonite. I love fucking going to piano bars. They're just so much fun for me. And on the boat, we did karaoke as well, which was a fucking blast.
It was really fun.
But that karaoke was like a normal karaoke where, you know, you pick a song and it goes on the jukebox and you sing the words and all that shit.
Well, I don't think they had a jukebox, but
no,
I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But this was a live band. You go up there just like karaoke, pick your song, but there's a live band. So it's mixing both of those worlds. Yeah. And the thing with this is it wasn't always metal, but there was a lot of metal.
Yeah, mostly metal, though.
Which is a lot of fun. When you go to piano bars, some of the music I enjoy, Billy Joel and Elton John, are starting to like not play as much at piano bars. There's a lot of Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber shit. So yeah, whatever.
It's not as fun. Those songs aren't as fun.
I enjoy those songs a lot. But in any case, this was a fucking blast. I loved listening to the live karaoke so much. Didn't stay up all night for that because that went to like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Like from whenever it started, like 2 a.m. was when they were going to do the live music.
We stayed till like 1:30.
That first night, really?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I thought it was like only midnight.
No, it was like 1:30.
In any case, went back to our tent, slept. I think the next day, Friday, it had started to drizzle a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, but enough to be a little bit of annoying.
Yeah. I mean, we woke up. So we kept our tent like has like these roll up things for the doors, I guess. I mean, it doesn't have doors on it, but like to cover
the rain
flaps.
fly comes down and does like an angle downwards.
Yeah. And you could roll up the sides.
And we did that for airflow to come through.
Yeah. So we did it on one side, not both sides.
Yep.
And you woke up and heard it raining and it was like just dripping right inside our tent. So luckily just the shirt was able to like soak it up and you closed it. If it was raining harder, we probably would have got
a lot more water damage in there.
Yeah. But like otherwise the rain fly worked perfect.
Yep.
So definitely, I mean, like, cause I was trying to tell you like, no, we need a tarp. We need like, cause I remember camping as a kid, like if it rained, your shit outlet, like your shit was just soaked.
Yeah.
But the rain fly type thing is perfect.
And it let up about noon or so.
Yeah.
Late morning, somewhere in there, it let up.
Yeah.
They did come through and put like sawdust or some kind of wood chips down to like help soak it up, which helped. It did help quite a bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but it did help a lot. And in any case, we woke up, we showered, did all that shit we talked about, and then made our way to the shuttle line to go to the campsite. And the shuttle line was fucking long.
Yeah, it went all the way to the other tent camping. So like on the other side of the fairgrounds.
And I heard some people say it even wrapped around back to like through the entrance and shit or somewhere in there. Like even got longer and longer.
Yeah.
So the shuttles were extremely slow this first day. And I remember people saying like, this has never been this bad in the past. No. And I guess there were like 2 accidents on the road or something. It took us almost an hour, if not more, to get to the festival.
Once we were on the bus.
Yeah, even on the bus.
Yeah. It was like an hour in line and then at least an hour.
Yeah.
And that's just sitting in traffic.
Yep.
Like sitting on the exit, basically.
So we were on the shuttle for like basically getting in the shuttle line and getting to the festival was like a 2-hour ordeal to get there.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucked, but at the end of the day, they did say like, hey, we're going to get more shuttles. We're going to make this better tomorrow. We're sorry. we're going to work on this. So
Yeah.
the communication, we talked about this during the about the incarceration episode we did. The communication from Danny Wimmer was fucking amazing.
Even so, it rained every single day up until Thursday as well.
Oh, leading up to the festival. Yeah.
Yes. And I was kind of worried because I'm like, oh my gosh, what's it going to be like that it's raining every single day? Thursday, it did not rain, thankfully, because we had to set everything up. But they did post on Wednesday on Instagram. I think they sent out emails as well saying, we're working on the camping situation. Like, if we need to delay it, we'll let you know as soon as possible. They didn't, thank goodness. But I think it was that morning. I think it was supposed to thunderstorm, so they were saying like for security or safety and everything, like we may need to stop entry.
Oh, really?
Like all
Okay.
Yeah, and also on the original camping map, there is like an area of the grandstand that was supposed to be
Camping.
I think camper camping.
Oh, okay.
And that was just completely flooded when we got there, so they obviously couldn't use that area. And also, I believe people were saying that the tent sites were smaller this year
Oh, really?
than what they were supposed to be. And I don't know if that's to accommodate areas that were flooded.
Maybe.
So they were like, oh, just take 6 inches from everything.
Yeah,
I mean, it didn't
yeah.
seem that. I mean, we don't know. We've never done it before.
Yeah.
We didn't have a tape measure to say like, is this really 10 by 10 or whatever it's supposed to be? 20 by 20? Is that what they were
I
supposed
think
to be?
Approximately 20 by 20.
20 by 20.
Said.
Or 10,
no.
well, it had to be 10 by 10.
Yeah, I think it was actually approximately 500 square feet
Yes,
is what you
yeah.
got. What that is 20
Yeah.
by 20. It wasn't. It was more of a rectangular shape,
It
which is
was,
sort of
yeah.
what led to like the weird design of our campsite.
Yeah. And like, I don't know if we have a picture of it, but our canopy, we had to like kind of stretch out the legs so it would, our car, we have a hatchback car, so need to make sure that like it could open up.
Yep.
So, because all our clothes we left in the car. So.
But yeah, once we got to the festival, great time. We did a whole episode
yeah.
on the festival.
Yeah.
End of the festival, you go back to that same entrance. And that was one thing. You go through security at the campsite.
Yes. Yeah. So you
get
don't have
on
to,
the bus.
You don't have to do it again at the festival.
And you just get in the festival. It's super awesome. Getting back on the bus afterwards, it was fine. You had to wait for the shuttle and whatnot, but it went pretty quick.
We left with like two. Wait, who was the first band? Sorry.
Falling in Reverse was the first
Reverse.
band.
Okay, so we left probably halfway through
Yeah.
their set. So we didn't stay till the end. Even for night 2 with Slipknot, we left at the last song. So we didn't stay for that whole line. But I never heard a complaint about the line, like getting on a shuttle, because it's like one after another
By that time, I think it was mainly the accidents on the road that had slowed things down,
which they can't control.
Right.
So,
right.
But it did put me in a mood.
It did. Yeah.
I mean, it more I was questioning like, did we do the right thing by camping? And then I was like, yes, because I didn't have to deal with the traffic driving,
right,
and finding parking and all that stuff. And also, we just kind of left it up to that. Like, we'll get there when we get there, sort of thing. Like, we didn't miss any band that we wanted to see. Thankfully, I mean, obviously, some people probably did.
Right. Yeah.
And then also in my mind, I was like, now when we go back, it's like we don't have to worry about getting out of parking lots and stuff like that. Yep. So it took me a little bit though to get out of
your funk.
Yeah, and also I was just kind of being like, this just seems weird. Like, I don't know, it just seemed.
Yeah.
It seemed off. I don't know why.
That's one comment I have as well, is like just the shuttle aspect of it. I understand they can't do the campsite next to it, but that is sort of one negative for this festival for me with camping, is that shuttle experience.
Yeah.
I do want to check another one out, another Danny Wimmer in particular. Maybe Louder Than Life, or I don't know if another one does it, but one that has the like campsite right next to.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, I think that would be a much better experience.
Yeah.
But the shuttle experience, outside of this blip, and maybe the last day there was another blip or something, it took a little bit to get there.
The last day was that they were like patting people down.
Oh, because somebody brought glass.
Somebody brought glass on the bus, so then it was like the kindergartner that like talks and then you can't go to recess.
Yeah.
Like, it ruined it for everybody, and the shuttle line took a little bit longer because obviously glass doesn't go through metal detectors, so they had to like pat people down. So it was just a little bit more annoying.
But other than those blips, the shuttle process was fine.
Yeah,
I just wish it would have been on the campsite.
Yeah.
That's again one little negative I have so far.
Yeah. And they did, like you said, the communication was great from day 1 to even before the festival, like they sent out a lot of communication. And then they did get more they got coach buses. The first ones were like school bus, like the yellow school buses. They got the coach buses, like what you use, like a
conferences use them and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like the bigger, more comfy seats.
Yeah, like the comfy seats. And we only rode on those once, but I did like, because normally those drivers have like a uniform where it's slacks and a polo or a button down shirt or something. Our guy was really fun, but he did have like the slacks and polo, and I'm like, does he know who he's taking? Like, we're not that group, but I'm sure it's just his job and it's his uniform and stuff. So, but the drivers are really fun.
No, they were fun. Yeah, they were a lot of fun.
So
yeah, no, I agree. The shuttle experience was fun. Again, I just wish it was on the campsite.
No, me too.
But it was a fun, enjoyable experience. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And we didn't do the whole shuttle back in the middle of the day. And So, and I do know on day 2, because it did start raining before Slaughter, like right before Slaughter, it started downpouring.
Yep.
We have a whole episode on that, or that's in our main episode. But I do know from the Facebook group that they stopped the shuttle service at some point. And I don't think it was because of like the rain. I think it was more like, we don't want more people going if we have to evacuate the festival.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, shuttle from,
Yeah, so they did run shuttles all day long, like continuously, but at that point they did stop for a little bit. I don't know how long they stopped.
Right, I remember that now.
Which, if you're planning to only see the headliner or go back for dinner or something like that, it's a risk.
It could have been a risk, for sure. But anyway, back to that first night.
Oh yeah.
We got back, you showered, and I stood out there and listened to more live music. I can't remember the bands that were playing. There were some really good ones that night too. I remember that. So
was that was the first night after the festival?
It was, yeah.
That was the only night I showered. An actual shower, I should say.
Yeah.
Like I cleaned
myself. You said you
yes.
washed off and all that already.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, the bands were awesome. I can't remember the band's name. If we can find that, I might throw it up here or whatnot. But they were a lot of fun.
Were they were the local bands, right?
I don't know if they were local or they were maybe from Canada, I want to say. But
Canada?
I can't remember.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Those bands were fucking awesome. And that was kind of maybe the last night. No, there may have been one other night we listened to music. I can't remember. Anywho, go back to our campsite, slept, woke up the next day, same routine. The shuttle was a lot better the next day.
Yeah.
Same routine. No, that was day 2. That was Slipknot when it was downpouring.
It was
rain.
downpouring, yeah.
And we got back at night, and we stayed for all of Slipknot except for the last song Encores, which I think was Scissors was the last song. So we got in line for the shuttles back then. And when we got back, the campsites were not destroyed, but very, very bad.
But there were some that were destroyed.
There were some that were very horrible.
And they didn't have the stage set. They didn't have a band that night.
No, because that field was flooded.
That was flooded. The area by the shower houses were flooded. I don't know what the other lot of campsites were, but like people were carrying their shit that was flooded to the dumpster already. So
yeah, and I know some people. I think the kid next to us, the people he came with, I think they packed up that day and left because by the time we got back to the festival, their site was gone. So there were people that were leaving, and they probably saw the radar and like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just going to fucking go. And they could have got like a hotel or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah.
The kid next to us that we were talking about from Nebraska, his shit got destroyed.
Yeah.
Somebody lent him a air mattress to sleep on, but he didn't have a pump, which he could have he should have told us. Yeah.
But I think we were asleep before he got back to his tent.
Yeah, I think so.
But we had one, and I mean, we even took extra batteries and stuff just in case anybody needed anything. But no, I mean, we didn't really talk to anybody for 2 days or a day and a half. So
the more we were there, the more we hung out and started talking with the neighbors, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Got to know them and hang out with them. It was super, super cool.
Yeah.
You're still talking to them on like Facebook and whatnot. So like they're here in Chicago, the other neighbors to us.
Yeah. The other people on the other side of them were from Canada.
Yep.
Which I'm friends with on Facebook now.
So like, I don't know, we'll probably run into some of these people again at shows and whatnot, which will be fucking awesome.
Here in Chicago, I'm sure at some point we will.
But like I was saying, the kid next to us, on the other side of us, his shit got destroyed. So the next day he wakes up and he's like, I'm leaving. I'm out. I can't do this. I had a blast. It's the weather. They can't control that. I understand that. I still had a fucking blast. I'll be back next year, and I'll be more prepared next year.
Yeah, he did say like I'll be prepared next year. So
so he had a fucking blast. I'm glad to see that.
Yeah,
or hear
and
that
we saw him a couple
times,
or once, I guess, in the festival. We saw him
at least once. I want to say maybe twice. I can't remember.
Twice too, but
we definitely ran into him in the festival, which is really cool.
Yeah, he was surprised that I recognized him out of all these people, and I'm like, yeah, we're neighbors.
Yep.
I don't know how I saw him either because he was sitting down on like the curb and I was just like,
Yeah.
hey, neighbor. I forgot what his name was, but.
But yeah, as we were saying, our campsite luckily didn't get that destroyed.
Yeah.
And nobody very soupy a little bit here and
nobody
there.
really around us did. I think his tent I think he left his flies
Door
down.
open.
Like like he had the ones that you zip up.
Like
whole
over the
sides.
windows. Yeah.
I think he left that all open.
Possibly. So that sucked. And there were some campsites that got really wrecked with floods and just
mud and
there was a rut going through the middle of the field that one campsite went through, like right under somebody's tent.
Yeah.
So that
was a river.
Yeah, that became a river by that point.
Yeah. It is the luck of the draw of where you are in line on what site you get. We were just lucky to be on flat ground and
yeah, it could have been a lot worse for us. We did luck out with our spot for sure.
Yeah.
Other people, not so much, and I kind of feel bad for them, honestly.
I do too. Like, because I was even on Sunday morning, I was walking back after changing, and I was like talking to two women, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like we got, our spots is fine because that was after the downpour from Slipknot." And I was like, yeah, our spot's fine. Like, some people around us have some water and stuff. And they're like, oh no, like our tent is just destroyed. Like we had like an inch of water in our tent this morning.
Yeah.
So
luckily I brought an extra pair of shoes because walking anywhere to and from the campsite, going to the bathrooms, doing anything, you're walking through like mud paths. Like it was very, very shitty for walking.
Yeah.
Like there were just a giant mud pile.
We definitely need boots.
Yes.
For that. And if we take boots next time, it won't rain and then it'll be perfectly fine. But
at least we'll have them.
Yes.
So that was interesting. The next day they did their best to soup it up and clean it up as much as they could. They were putting mulch down in the festival. I don't think they put a whole lot of mulch at the campsites, at least over by us.
They put more mulch down over, so there was in that path, the walking path, like where everybody's walking, they put more mulch, but not at that corner. That corner was just destroyed.
We found roundabout ways to get where we were going.
We jumped over the wall and like
there was a little barrier.
Yeah, not a wall, but it's like
it was still soupy, but it wasn't as bad by any means. And other people are doing it. Like that's where we kind of learned how to do it. Like, oh, all right. So follow the crowd. It's the luck of the draw where you are and the weather as well, how that shapes up.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Getting back to camp to that on the next night or that second night or third night, whatever it is, after Slipknot.
But honestly, it was not for us. It wasn't.
Yes, for us horrible. It wasn't that bad.
I do feel bad for everybody else though.
The next day, that's when it was a longer security process getting through. Not nearly as bad as that first day, but it was a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then getting to the festival as well, there was more backup and road issues going on there. So again, a negative is definitely that shuttle aspect for this festival.
Yeah.
But that day went fine. It didn't rain really at all, I think. Maybe
it
a few
sprinkled
sprinkles.
a couple times. It was supposed to rain all day long.
Yeah.
It was just a few sprinkles. It was muggy though. But I mean, that's festival weather for you. I mean, the weather, we got lucky that it wasn't ever super, super hot.
I guess we talked about the communication a little bit.
Yeah.
Another negative thinking about it is the communication at the campsite. That first night or that night before after Slipknot, they were going over the loudspeakers telling people, don't leave, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Right now it's dark. If you want to leave, you have to wait till the morning. They did have the lights on as well because they wanted people to see and be safe. But the next couple of nights they didn't have those lights on.
And the reason why they didn't want people leaving is they were getting stuck in the mud. And they didn't have, like, they had tractors there to pull you out, but they stopped at like a certain time or whatever. Obviously, they're not going to do it all night long. So that's why they were saying, like, do not leave.
Yeah.
So.
And other announcements as well, like shuttle times and whatnot, which got annoying quick because it would be every 5 minutes it'd be the same announcement.
Yes.
And it's like,
the next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny because we missed the end of one announcement like 3 times. And I told our neighbor, like, okay, next time they start talking, we're going to be quiet. And I don't think they said it again after that. But out of everything, I think camping is fun.
Yeah.
We made the best of it. There are some things that I think I would do differently from what we did. 1, take boots.
Yep.
2, I would take the camp stove or something to cook on.
Yeah. Or more snacks.
Or more snacks.
Take like jerky and we ate almost all of that, if not all of it.
We had like jerky meat sticks things and like Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I'd bring more jerky for sure if we don't take a grill. So definitely more snacks to munch on.
If we did take food to eat, I would do 2 cooler thing like what our neighbors did.
Oh,
Put food in one and drinks in one, because otherwise that hot dog stuff gets all over everything.
Yeah.
Ice, maybe fill up with better ice at like a gas station.
Yeah, it's going to be cheaper at a gas station. It'll last longer for sure.
Yeah. And then the bed situation, I would maybe think about getting 2 sleeping pads instead of that big mattress.
Yeah.
But the big mattress works, but every time you moved or you got up, like I move. So, but otherwise I slept pretty good.
No, I slept fine too. It was fun.
What would you change though? Or what would you do differently? Or what would you recommend people do if they...
Multiple pairs of shoes.
Yes. Yes.
Either boots or regular shoes. Like I'm fine getting my feet wet as long as I can change into dry shoes. By the last day, I was struggling to get my shoes dry. The Canadian couple did say a trick that they do is put their wet shoes like on the ground of their car and turn the heat on.
The heat like that comes out for your feet.
Other than that, just be prepared, I guess. Like you can't anticipate everything, but the shoes for me was the main thing. Food, more snacks, as I said, but
And then I think something good that we did was we kept our clothes in the car. Like when it did rain, well, our tent was too small to have it, but when it did rain, like none of that got wet. So.
Other than that, not a whole lot. I had a blast at camping. I thought it was so much fun. I wish I could have enjoyed more of the music at night or stay up for all of it, but I was pretty tired some nights, so I would just go back.
Last night you were really tired.
Yeah.
And then they didn't have it the second night, so.
Yeah.
Or the third night, whatever you want to say. Yeah.
And just getting to know your neighbors, like go out and talk to people. That was a lot of fun. Explore the campsite and just meet people. That was a lot of fun to like experience the community and whatnot that this was like a own little camping community. It was such a unique, interesting experience that I haven't had at like a music event. So I really, really enjoyed this, and I have the itch to do it again now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But that's about it, I guess, for me. It's live. There was live music. It was at a festivals. It had the shuttle thing that we talked about a lot. But it was so much fun. So I guess, as we always say, go out and check out live music. However that is, at a festival, at a campsite, whatever the fuck you're doing. Live music's awesome. The community's fucking awesome. So go out and check out some live music.
Bye.